the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
2021 team. And I thought this would be a fun off-season question for you.
I like the 2021 team a lot.
I do too.
I'm gonna go Cedric Tillman. I think he is the most talented receiver that has come through Tennessee in the Josh Heupel era. I know that, everyone has all the great memories with Jalen Hyatt and all the touchdowns that you saw him running with no defender between 10 or 15 yards of him. But man, I think if Cedric Tillman stays healthy, if that scumbag from Akron doesn't twist his ankles and get him going with that tightrope procedure that he had to undergo, I think Cedric Tillman was just a fantastic player, and the size and the speed that he had, just the physicality that he brought, the yak ability. I just think he's a perfect all-around receiver. And honestly, I'm still not letting go of him being a productive guy in the NFL at some point.
He's a starter right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think you saw him this past year really be able to emerge and show some of his talents. One of the, we haven't had too many 1,000-yard receivers in a while at Tennessee. And I believe it's him and Jalen Hyatt that have been those only two guys that have eclipsed that mark in the Josh Heupel era. So my mind automatically goes to Cedric Tillman whenever I think of 2021.
Cedric is also that came out of nowhere, and that was one of the more bonkers just developments, which was great. I mean, the Alabama game, he went off. I'm trying to think, what was the other big ones, I guess, in 21 that you would say?
Georgia, he had a great game against, right?
Georgia, he did have a good game.
Yeah.
That opening drive was fantastic against Georgia. I was in the stands with the wife, and I was talking some mess early on because I made a bet with my buddies back home in Georgia where I was like, guarantee you Tennessee's winning after the end of the first quarter. Guaranteed. Don't talk to me about the third and fourth quarter, but first quarter, lock it in.
15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes.
Lock it in. And they did. I mean, it was pretty great. Like Javonte Payton got a pass interference on Keely Ringo in the end zone, and then Velus Jones out of the backfield. A lot of creativity that we have not seen. Like motion slot guy right there out of the backfield was pretty good. I'd like to see some of that back.
Absolutely.
But the what if of 22 Tillman, because of where he started, like the Pitt game with 20 plus targets and how comfortable Hooker was. Like Hyatt doesn't win the Blitnikoff if Hooker doesn't get hurt in the Akron game. And like you said, he goes the tightrope surgery, and then he's just not the same the rest of the year. Like he's okay, but he's not the same. But Keaton was a role player, so Hyatt became the vocal point. It's kind of like what happened in 20 in Neyland Stadium when Jalen Waddle got hurt, and then because he was the main guy for Mac Jones in Alabama that year, and then Devontae Smith steps in, and it's like it's the Devontae show, and he ends up winning the Heisman, but he doesn't win the Heisman if Waddle doesn't get hurt at Tennessee. And it's just kind of one of those things where Hyatt doesn't become a superstar without Cedric Tillman getting hurt, I don't think. Right?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's those what ifs that you always think about, and it's like, man, what if this injury didn't happen? If one play doesn't go this way, how does multiple guys, professional careers kind of pan out? And I think that's a good comparison there, because the way that you had to kind of shift that wide receiver room after that Cedric Tillman injury, it ended up working out pretty well for you. But I do wonder just what would that season have looked like if you had Tillman kind of as that clear number one guy in that room,
especially in Athens. Like if he was just 100% in that game and Hyatt was 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you would have won, but I would have liked to have seen what that looked like.
Would have been a lot more competitive.
Yeah. And if you go back and watch that game, I will still maintain, if you go back and watch the 22 Georgia-Tennessee game, Tennessee dropped 3 big-time bombs from Hooker that they had been hitting on all season long, especially like LSU. They were like LSU plays, like the shot plays that Hendon Hooker was just feasting on, that just they did not bring in. A couple, one was Tillman, one was Hyatt. But if you go back and look, you're like, those are just the difference. Because like Tennessee doesn't take those shots all game long, but they were bombs away in Death Valley doing things like that against Kentucky and other schools like that. They were connecting, and it just, if you don't connect on a couple of those in Athens, like it's like you're cooked. Like you got to
the deep balls. Once get this off, it gets this offense rolling. It gets defenses on their toes, and it keeps them guessing. And I think that's what has been such a crutch of this offense in the past couple of years, and especially last year. You were so close to one of those, and there's that 2-minute long compilation of Nico missing deep shots that's been going out around the internet over the last few days, and you look at that and you're like, man, I wouldn't have been complaining about this offense if we just hit 1-2 of those a game type of thing. So Yeah, absolutely. That's hopefully one that you can get back into the fold here for 2025.
I mean, even in the Kentucky game, Nico should have had 4 TDs and 400 yards, but Nimrod and Brazel had 2 touchdown drops.
Yeah.
So it's like
I don't
we
even
just
want to
never
think about that game. That was one where you're like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, this is Kentucky.
Yeah.
Can we figure this out?
I was thinking about first half of the majority of this game. I just the last 2 years offensively have been a lot. They've been a lot. I've aged a lot here.
This is the year. We're turning it around this year.
Merc, baby. Like, it's time to
You're not gonna let that one go until we name a starter.
I'm right. Like, it's Merc. It's Merklinger until I'm always going to say, go to the 247 Sports player profile from his high school tape, Calvary Day, read it, and then read Hendon Hooker's, and then tell me who this sounds like. Tell me who Jake Merklinger as a prospect sounds like. There might be something to it.
We need to get some Jake Merklinger shirts made out in the back for you, Chase, and for you to really carry the fight for these guys.
Atlanta and Syracuse, if they name Joey Aguilar QB1, let's get some merch. Like, we got to go. There are dozens of us. Sam. I'm not going to quit. I'm a believer in the Merc narrative. I don't know. I need to brand this somehow.
I love the passion. Yeah, you got to figure out a good slogan. That's the key here.
Merklinger, Ty Simpson in the SEC championship. Who says no, Sam?
Me.
I know you do. It's tough, but he's going to be good, and Bama's going to win the SEC, unfortunately.
That's not something I want to see, but
I don't either. But it's just Ty Simpson's going to be a Heisman finalist, and you're going to hate it.
It's in the air. Yeah, I'm going to hate it.
It's the broccoli with the Office situation where you're just you're not going to like it.
We'll see.
We can listen to you Monday through Friday on Under Review with Bob Baskerville.
Nicely done, nephew. The Chase Thomas Podcast. Hell yeah.